Hey, welcome back. This is part 2 of writing tips and passing. I'm doing this so it's a lot easier for me to edit and then throw some videos on after to give it a good example. So part 2, what I want to cover is learn how the track's going to develop. So when you're writing practice, you're not just hitting the same line every lap. Most people do. So what I like to do is, like, I'll do one lap, I'll do all inside corners, and then the next lap I'll do all outside corners if it's not too muddy. But then I give you a little bit of see how the track's going to develop, and if everybody's going to go inside, you want to be able to get into the outside and be able to pass somebody. You need to be able to know if your bike's going to hook up out there, or vice versa. If it's real blue grooved, is your bike hooking up on the blue groove, or is it too slick? Things like that you need to look at because you gotta have a game plan going in spots you could pass. If somebody goes wide, can you sneak into inside? Is your bike hooking up down there? And you can make changes for that. Do you need to run a little bit lower air pressure to hook up on the slick stuff a little bit? Things like that you can change. It'll give you a good idea of how the track is developing. Also, look for braking bumps coming into the corners and acceleration bumps leaving the corners, because usually if everybody's taking the inside, it'll get really chopped up, and you might be able to go a little bit to the right or left on the outside of those corners, just a little bit wider, and be a lot smoother. Also, a lot of chuckles after landings on jumps. Those can develop, so you want to be aware of those. You want to pick the smoothest line, one that's going to be a little bit quicker, and two that's not going to wear you out as much. So come to the end of the race, you're going to have a little more energy to make that push. Those are things that I definitely look at. One other thing that I would look at is, 3-4 motos before you race. Are they watering the track? Because that's really important when you're getting ready. If they've watered the track right before you go, more likely all the inside of the corners are going to be slick. If you know that going in, you can kind of prepare yourself to maybe push the quad out a little bit into the fluff and a little bit of the berm a little bit more than trying to just go tiptoe it onto the inside, because unless you got really good throttle control, it's going to spin, or you're going to brake too hard and you're going to spin out, So you want to look at those things. Are they watering it? Where are they watering it? Those are all very important things. So the water and face the jumps, because that makes it sketchy. But here's a video. This is Washougal 2 years ago. I knew they were watering the track at the top of Horsepower Hill, and on the back side of it, it's really wet. So I just tucked it into the inside where you could see where the dirt was a little bit drier, and get a pass right there. Those are the things you need to be aware of. And there's another video I'm going to show. I knew my bike was hooking up in the real slick stuff, and so everybody was kind of going wide into this berm, and I was able to tuck it really sharp on the inside and get a drive out of the corner, even though it was blue groove. But check the video out. Let me know what you think.
That hug the edge of this lake, not unlike Bay Hill, but here you get hit with it right off the start. When you get away from the water, you get hit with